news. Today's news.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Staples.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. Former President Trump's fuming over his fraud trial.
We're going to be here for months with a judge that already made up his mind. It's ridiculous. He's a Democrat judge, he's an operative, and it's ridiculous.
He claims prosecutors just want to keep him from the campaign trail, but the state's working to ban Trump from ever doing business here again for lying to land deals for years. Correspondent Robert Costa was in court today.
During the course of that opening argument by the government, I watched as Trump had his arms folded across his chest. He leaned toward the table. He seemed to grimace. He definitely shook his head a few times as he listened to the government present in a PowerPoint scenario how they believe Trump committed fraud.
The judge says he did it by drastically inflating his assets and net worth. LaFonza Butler will be sworn in tomorrow to fill Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat. California Governor Gavin Newsom says he appointed someone he respects.
I wasn't kidding when I said I remember being grilled by LaFonza on my vision for long-term care, and it changed me a little bit. I said, I got to step up my game as a candidate for governor.
Butler runs Emily's List, a political organization that props up female Democrats who support abortion rights. The Supreme Court has denied Attorney John Eastman's effort to throw out a lower court ruling saying he and former President Trump more likely than not committed a crime by trying to keep Congress from certifying the 2020 election. Legal analyst Dane Rosenbaum says Justice Clarence Thomas recused himself from that appeal.
The petitioner, John Eastman, is a former Supreme Court law clerk for Justice Thomas. That rarely, if ever, happened, and the level of intimacy involved in having Justice Thomas weigh in when his former law clerk stands before the court as a defendant would cross too many ethical lines.
The Marines are relaxing their uniform standards now over a camouflage shortage. The backlog started during the pandemic, but could now continue through fall of 2024. The CDC is reviewing a new morning after pill for STDs. Reporter Alexander Tin.
New draft guidance now being released by the CDC will for the first time recommend that doctors consider prescribing pills of the antibiotic doxycycline to some men who have sex with men, as well as transgender women, to take after having sex in order to prevent infections.
The Powerball jackpot has topped $1 billion again ahead of tonight's big drawing. This woman in Wisconsin's crossing her fingers.
I have 2 kids. I'm too busy. I just go in and grab my ticket and pray for the best. Oh, I would pay everything off, buy a house, and probably never work again.
Me neither. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.